Welcome back to Global Unfiltered, unique news for unmasking the stories that shape our world. Today, we dive into a viral spectacle gripping not only social media, but sparking fierce debate across international lines. Climate activist Greta Thunberg's dramatic encounter with Israeli naval forces off the coast of Gaza. It's a story that mixes celebrity, activism, realpolitik, and the raw power of media spin. But what really happened? And what does this saga reveal about global activism, social media spectacle, and the complexities of Middle East politics? Stay tuned as we dig beneath the headlines. So, what's the story? Greta Thunberg, often called the face of the global climate movement, joined a charity flotilla aiming to bring humanitarian aid to the embattled Gaza Strip. Officially, it was a peaceful mission intended to shine a spotlight on the dire situation in Gaza, a region that's long been at the heart of geopolitical tension and humanitarian crisis. But this was no ordinary journey. As her boat crossed into contested waters, it was intercepted and boarded by the Israeli Navy. The drama that followed played out as much online as on the ocean, with Greta quickly uploading a short video to her millions of followers. "My name is Greta Thunberg. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you're watching this, I've been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Our mission was peaceful, in line with international law. Please demand our immediate release." This simple message, blending personal appeal and political demand, instantly went viral, sparking outrage, memes, and debates on every platform from X to TikTok. But within hours, news outlets and commentators seized on the story. On Fox News, panelists lampooned both the mission and Greta herself, positioning her as a meddling celebrity activist out of her depth. Some, riffing in irreverent style, even joked that Sweden should be grateful Israel kept her. One panelist tongue-in-cheek mocked, "We've had her for so many years in Sweden, and we can't stand her anymore. You're doing us a big favor right now. Thank you very much." The segment quickly escalated into a roast of full-on satire that targeted Greta's persona, activism style, and social media influence. She went, they said, from saving trees to hating Jews, an accusation spun out of her history of criticizing Israeli policy toward Palestine. This response lays bare how polarized the conversation around figures like Greta has become. For proponents, she's a principled activist putting herself at risk for justice. For critics, she's a performative protester, accused of promoting shallow causes without understanding the stakes. Let's step back. What does this spectacle say about modern activism? Today, advocacy is often waged as much on smartphones as in real life. When Greta recorded her video from the boat, it was less a personal SOS than a strategic message engineered for viral traction. Critics on Fox alluding to this said there were no real supplies on board, suggesting that the mission was more public relations than real aid delivery. Was this true? In today's media landscape, optics often trump substance. What really matters is who controls the narrative online. But this isn't unique to Greta. Across the globe, activists, governments, and even militaries now leverage drama and storytelling as tools of influence. Memes, outrage, hashtags there, weapons in a geopolitical showdown fought on the battlefield of public opinion. What about the politics? The Fox News segment, blending humor with sarcasm, didn't just target Greta's actions, they weaponized her celebrity. Remarks about her hair, age, and appearance were used to strip credibility and lampoon her cause. Why? Is she getting so old? She used to be a little kid. That's what happens when you're a miserable troll. One panelist jeered, likening her to fictional characters for comedic effect, but also to undermine her seriousness. Others noted the riskiness of even attempting a peaceful protest in a war zone. The thing about a war-torn country is it's dangerous. Everybody on that boat should have expected trouble. Is this fair criticism, or just a media circus aimed at silencing dissent? The truth is complicated. On one hand, Greta's passion and willingness to act are undeniable. On the other, using high-profile stunts to provoke military powers risks endangering both lives and political progress. Underlying all this is the stark humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Months, years, decades of blockade, conflict, and power dynamics have left civilians caught between global powers, militant factions, and the relentless eye of the media. Sending a flotilla weather with real supplies or symbolic intent is a direct challenge to Israel's control over Gaza's borders. For Israel, such missions threaten security and potentially smuggle in hostile materials or activists acting in bad faith for Palestinians. The media attention might highlight ongoing need, but it also risks turning genuine suffering into global spectacle. And for activists, every move becomes part of a broader ideological battlefield. As the panel pointed out with wry humor, even Greta's distress call was part of a performance. The amazing thing about the Israeli Defense Forces, quipped one guest, is that when they hold you hostage, they let you keep making social media videos. Is this cynicism deserved? Maybe. Or maybe it simply reveals a new reality. In a connected world, activism, humanitarianism, and politics are all staged in real time for a global audience, every actor performing for a million unseen judges, but embedded in every retweet, every like, every meme, are real people navigating impossible odds and desperate for solutions beyond mere publicity. So, what do we take away from this viral controversy? Top-line headlines and meme wars may dominate our feeds, but the stakes remain gravely real. A region in crisis, civilians at risk, and the struggle for truth in a world awash with spectacle. Will Greta Thunberg's latest mission lead to real change, or merely spark the next social media trend? Only time will tell. But here on Global Unfiltered, one thing is clear. Today's battles aren't just fought on land or sea. They're waged through stories shared by billions, shaping public opinion and, ultimately, the fate of nations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay ahead of the narratives shaping tomorrow's headlines. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about activism, media, and the global response to conflict? Thanks for watching.